On Wayward Son was released in 1976 as the opening track of Kansas's fourth studio album, Leftoverture. Recorded at studio in the country in Bogalusa, Louisiana, the song blends progressive rock complexity with classic hard rock energy, and its guitar work is a defining feature of its timeless appeal. From the instantly recognizable a cappella intro that explodes into the full band riff, the guitar tone and phrasing set the foundation for one of the most iconic songs of the 1970s. The main riff, written by guitarist Kerry Livgren, is performed with power, articulation, and classical rock sensibility. It's played in a minor, and though it's harmonically rich and melodically intricate, it never loses its rock edge. The opening riff combines ascending diatonic melodies with chord stabs, moving fluidly between arpeggios and punchy power chords. It's syncopated and tight, requiring excellent timing and pick control. This isn't a riff built on brute force, it's about precision and dynamics. The guitars were tracked using Gibson Les Pauls and possibly a Fender Stratocaster on some clean sections. The amps used during the Leftoverture sessions were primarily Marshall Plexus and Fender Twin Reverbs, depending on the section. Livgren often layered different tones for rhythm and lead, blending the smooth saturation of a Marshall tube amp with the crisp articulation of a Fender clean channel. The distortion on the rhythm parts is relatively mild by today's standards, more of a natural overdrive from a crank tube amp than pedal bass gain, which allows the note definition in the complex riffing to shine through. Microphones like the Shure SM57 and Sennheiser MD421 were commonly used during that era to capture both warmth and punch from the guitar cabs. The production on the track keeps the guitars wide and full, panned in stereo for dramatic effect during the riff and layered harmonies. There's little to no reverb on the core tone. Instead, the space comes from room mix and the mix itself, giving the guitars a natural, three-dimensional feel. Livgren's playing style is clean, articulate, and deeply melodic. His solos avoid excessive flash in favor of strong melodic phrasing, often rooted in pentatonic and Aeolian modes, with subtle bends and tasteful vibrato. In the bridge and chorus sections, he switches to clean or semi-clean tones, likely using a Fender Twin or a rolled-back volume knob, to provide contrast and texture. The combination of palm-muted riffs, open chord harmonies, and lead fills showcases his versatility as both a rhythm and lead guitarist. One of the most unique aspects of Carry On Wayward Son is its progressive song structure. The riffs are not recycled endlessly, they evolve. The song moves through multiple key changes, dynamic shifts, and tempo variations, but the guitar always stays central. From tight, riff-driven sections to clean arpeggios and soaring harmonized leads, it's a masterclass in arrangement and tone control. Even nearly 50 years after its release, the guitar parts in Carry On Wayward Son remain a rite of passage for rock guitarists. Tracked in a minor, through classic Marshall and Fender amps, with vintage guitars and mixed straight into tape, the song is a perfect example of how tone, technique, and arrangement can turn a complex piece of music into a rock anthem. Now subscribe to stay tuned in the Lit Guitar Lab channel. Thanks y'all.